The Bully Girl Magazine podcast is your dog-eared audio destination, bookmarking the most compelling tales and insights from the vast canine universe. While we passionately dive into the world of bully breeds, dispelling myths, offering training tips, and discussing breed standards, our scope isn't limited. We cast our net wide to encompass a diverse range of dog breeds, ensuring no tale is left untold. Enhanced by expert interviews and inspiring stories, this podcast is a beacon for responsible ownership and breed education. It's where bully breed enthusiasts meet the broader dog-loving community, fostering unity, understanding, and shared joy in every bark and wag. So whether you're out walking your dog or listening at home, be sure to enjoy the show and keep coming back. Hi, I'm Lisa Davis, and I'm so glad you're listening to the Bully Girl Magazine podcast. Now, if you're listening, you're going to want to go over to the YouTube page, Bully Girl Magazine podcast, because you've got to see the gorgeous Bernadette and this absolutely adorable pup that she is holding. Bernadette is from Mountain Bullies. They have American Pocket Bullies, ABKC registered, pedigree, NSW. Pocket bullies are our passion, and our bullies are a part of the family. I love that. Hi, Bernadette.
Hey, how you going? This is one of the pups that we've had from our current litter, so he's the last one left. A little lilac Merle pocket bully. Isn't he so cute?
Oh, he is beautiful.
He's such a
he is
sweet boy as
ridiculously
well.
cute. Now, how big is he going to get?
He's just going to get to about less than 16 inches, but just wide and muscly.
Nice. How many pounds would you guess?
Well, his dad was about 40 kilos. So, we talk kilos in Australia. So
now, when did you get started and what got you interested in breeding pocket bullies?
So we originally had a pup, we got a pup when the kids were younger. And it was the first time I did so much research into the breed. And we fell in love with this pup that we got named Alaska. And she was amazing. She was just this kind sweetheart and very easygoing, laid back. We had other breeds in the past where it was very much energetic and full on, where this breed's a lot more relaxed, calm natured, fantastic with the kids. And we literally fell in love with them. Now we have over 10 dogs, adult dogs. But yeah, we originally started with one and she was our pet.
Wow.
We love them so much. Me and my partner put so much time and energy and effort into these pups and the breed itself. They really mean a lot to us.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That just makes me really, really smile. Talk to us about the testing that your dogs get for genetic health conditions and what kind of tests do you perform or have performed on them?
So we work really close with our vets. We have 2 vets. We do DNA test our dogs to make sure that they have no genetic health issues. We also DNA test for color as well, because trying to match up the right color with the right dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. What are some of your favorite color combinations?
I gotta say, I probably love the tries. Lilac is my favorite color, like an overall solid color. I do like Merle, but probably more so the tries.
Yeah, I think they're all so beautiful, but I like the tries as well. Now, talk to us about how you socialize your puppies.
Okay, so we have 3 kids, so we get them out and about a lot with our kids. We have older adult dogs, so we introduce them to the adult dogs when they're puppies. We do training with them, a lot of socialization. I feel like these dogs are very extremely loyal and kind-hearted. So I feel like they love socialization and, yeah.
Now, right now in the UK, they're banning pit bulls, which is killing me, breaking my heart. It's so freaking stupid. I mean, it's just so asinine. What's the climate like there in Australia around bully breeds, particularly pit bulls, American bullies, pocket bullies?
So pit bulls are not allowed in Australia. They're banned. And if you have a pit bull, half a breed with a pit bull in it, you have to go through a temperament registration through council and all that type of stuff. But as for bullies, it's quite a new breed to Australia. I know that they had issues with the XLs in the UK, and that was a hot topic in Australia in regards to if they should ban XLs. But I've never had any issue really with pocket bullies. I feel like they're much the same as an English Staffy in height. And like I feel like it's just still new to Australia. So they're muchly and they come from like a bulldog background. Like their personalities are very chilled, easygoing. Like I've never had an issue with any aggression in our bullies. So yeah, I find it sad that they put sanctions on pit bulls in America. I just feel as though it really truly falls down to the owner and the way that they bring them up. I really feel like if you bring your dog up correctly, I'm like, you shouldn't really have much of an issue.
Yeah. Well, there's another thing, and I know I've mentioned this recently, but on temperament tests, pit bulls score around the same as labs and goldens. That's the irony that
Yeah,
the whole thing just makes me so upset. But at least I'm glad you're not having that issue with the pocket bullies. Now, what's your favorite bloodline?
I definitely have to say Lewis V is my favorite. We have a lot of Lewis V in our kennels, and I love them. Their temperament's amazing. I feel like we go for more like a heavier look, and I find that you get that with Lewis V. Muscle tone's good as well. Mixing them together is like we've had good outcomes with that. But yeah, I feel as though Lewis V is probably my favorite.
That puppy is so cute. I'm just completely mesmerized. I think, is that a he or a she?
It's a he. He's so chill. I love
And
it.
I think he was asleep a minute ago. I do love that. I have to say, I do admire. I have a lab who's almost 10, and he's such a spaz still. I'm just waiting for him to calm down. But Blue, my pitty, is 8, and he's pretty calm. I mean, he gets excited at times, but most of the time, he just wants to cuddle.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
they're
definitely think
super
maybe I'll have to
cuddlers.
look into a pocket bully next time.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
so
oh,
chill. It's
your
my
kids
favorite
must
breed
love
ever.
that.
Oh, they love it and playing with them all the time.
Wow.
Because they have like short spurts of energy and then they really come and just want to be cuddled.
Oh, God, that sounds perfect. I love that. Now, what do you feed these cuties?
So we do a mix of like a raw diet and also Black Hawk puppy biscuits. A lot of our adult females are on puppy biscuits as well to make sure that they're ready for when they're pregnant. So yeah,
Oh, great. What was the name of the biscuit you mentioned?
Black Hawk puppy biscuits. I don't know if you have that in America.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
That's
I've
like
never heard of that.
Royal
What is it
Canin.
about them that you like?
Like the top really brand is like Royal Canin or Black Hawk. So we just try and feed the top brand and give them all the
Oh,
nutrition that
okay.
they need.
Oh, that's great. Now, you were saying they have spurts of energy. So it sounds like they don't need a lot of exercise, but they definitely need some. Is it
Yeah,
walks or is it just, running around and playing with them?
yeah. I feel as though when they're puppies, it's like very just like minimal energy, like taking them out in their backyard, playing with the ball and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel as though as they get older, half an hour walks here and there, they're very much like a bulldog in energy wise. Like they don't have a great deal of
Oh,
like energy. They're more so laid back and chill and like to rest and or like sleep and be on top of you type of thing, or chill in the lounge. Uh, but yeah, so I've seen very fit bullies as well, but they don't need a great deal of exercise. Like they're not an endurance dog. If you're looking for an endurance dog, these are not the one.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I find them really easygoing and chilled. We used to have English staffies, and I feel like their personalities and their energy levels are full on. Where these guys are much more relaxed and
Yeah.
chilled.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think when I'm a lot older, I'm going to want to get an American Pocket Bully because I won't be able to keep up as well. It seems like a great dog if you have like maybe a smaller apartment or something,
Yeah,
right? And
perfect.
because they
Perfect for
don't
that.
get super big.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a great
Oh,
size.
I just want to squeeze them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a great size. I feel as though if like because you get micros and XLs, we went in the middle, and I'm like I feel as though genetically
Hmm.
pockets are a lot more like better in genetics as opposed to having a micro. I feel like XLs are way too big for us and our family, and yeah, we fell in love. We originally had English. Staffies, and we fell in love with the size as well as the temperament, being the American Pocket Bully.
Yeah, they're just absolutely adorable. So talk to us about how to get one of your beautiful puppies from the start to the end of the process.
So we don't. So a lot of people contact us and want to have be on like a waiting list. So I'm like, we don't do that normally. we just go with the flow. So we get our dogs, take it to the vet, get them proj tests, and then go ahead and artificially inseminate. A lot of the times we do TCIs. They're like the adult females like checked through her whole pregnancy via like the vet. Once we've confirmed that we're having a litter, we would let people know that it's confirmed. We wouldn't let anyone put on any deposit until we had the puppies. And we have a process when the puppies are born. We'll take photos, let everyone know that the puppies have arrived. Then we take deposits, and then the deposits would be refundable if there's any issues at 6 weeks because they get health checked, vaccinated, and microchipped. And then the people would have photos and updates of the dog throughout the whole process of the as it grows up. And then we get to around about the 8-week mark, and then we meet up with the buyers, and then then we do the changeover. We have contracts for everything, so make sure everything is safe for you guys, for the buyer and for us. It's just That's pretty much the simple version of it all.
His little snore is so cute. I just I just want to reach through and just pet him. He is absolutely, absolutely precious. Now, do you offer any health guarantees or support for your puppies after they go to their new homes?
Yeah, so we love to keep in touch with the people that have brought any dog from us. We have had people come back and say that there's if there is an issue or anything we work with the people to get the best result for the puppy and for the owners, the new owners. So we are all about communication and being open and honest with our buyers. I feel as though you have to be. We work so extremely hard with the vet to make sure that they're getting the best healthy pup before it even leaves us. So, yeah, I feel as though me and my partner, Matthew, have worked so hard to make sure everything runs smoothly and work in with the vet. It's really important. Having a good relationship with your vet is the most important if you're a breeder.
Oh, talk more about that.
Because we work in regards to all our breedings are artificially inseminated. We work to a regime none of it is done naturally or anything like that. I take what the vet says on board, and I try to do whatever I can to make sure that our dogs have the best life and make sure that the people that are purchasing our dogs are getting the best puppy and value for their money. It's extremely important. I would never want to give a dog that's not healthy away or anything like that. So yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. I usually ask these two questions at the beginning, but honestly, I was so taken with the cuteness of your puppies, they slipped my mind. So I'd love to ask you now, when did your love of dogs begin?
So ever since I was little, I have had dogs. We live, I grew up on a farm, and I've always had animals. We've always had dogs, and majority of the time, it's always been 2 or 3 dogs on our farm. But as for the breed of the American Pocket Bully, because it was such a new thing to Australia, I only really found out about it after I had kids. And I did so much research into it because my partner Matthew was like, you've got to because they're expensive. So he's like, I want you to make sure that it's the best breed for our family. And I did research and wrote all this stuff down for him. And he was like, oh my God, they sound amazing. Let's go ahead and do it. And it was the best thing we ever did. And I would never, ever, ever have anything but pockets for the rest of my life. They're just amazing.
Now, what kind of dogs did you have on the farm growing up?
We had cattle dogs, blue cattle dogs, red cattle dogs, kelpies, because we were they run with the bikes and all that type of stuff. So they got to have endurance. It wasn't till recently that these guys just more so like a house dog as opposed to being like an on the farm dog.
Right. The other question that I ask is, does your dog do anything cute or funny or unusual? Like, for example, Blue spins 3 times before he eats, or Benji always has to bring something to the door. And if he can't find it, he won't greet you until he has something in his mouth because he's a lab. Is there anything one of your dogs does?
Yeah, so we have a few, like we've got a few different bullies, and I'm like, they all have really different personalities. So we have Alaska, who is more so like you go to feed her, and she jumps around, and she's spinning, and she's so excited to see you. And then we have Avalanche, who is like always by your side. She would pick up her bowl, bring it to you, or she would like flip her bowl. We have Amani, who's if you feed her, like you feed her her biscuits, she will go ahead and drag her biscuits onto the ground and then fill it up with sand. And it's just a random thing that she does every time she
Oh,
eats. And then we have Apocalypse, who like
dogs are so funny.
yes, and I love that they all have different personalities. We just recently had a friend that looked after our puppies and our older dogs. And she's like, I feel as though they all have a little bit of you in each of their personalities. They're very relaxed, different. They've got
Oh,
quirkiness about them. It's so cool.
I love quirkiness. What were you going to say about Apocalypse?
Apocalypse talks like so he drags out his
Oh,
talking, like you go to see him and he just like kind of whine talks, and it kind of sounds like he's having a conversation with you. So he talks and he's kind of like, come on, hurry up and give me my food. He's probably one of my favorites out of all of them. It's funny because we have like females and males, and I find that males have a better personality. That's just me. Like that's just the way I feel about the pockets. But he's amazing. Like I picked him, like we bred him, and he's been with us since he's a puppy, and he's just this big, sweet bear. Do you know what I mean?
oh, I love that. Now, do you go to any shows with any of your dogs?
So not currently. We are quite busy. We have other things as well. The shows in Australia I find to be very political. Um, I try to stay out of it just because I just don't want to, be involved in the negativity of any of the bully situation in Australia. But I feel as though once it's kind of established better and have a better, like just I potentially would in the future, but currently no.
Would you say is there like a bad rap that goes with it or something
I feel like it's
still
just the
about
people that
just a
run the
bully show in
shows.
general there in Australia?
Yeah, I feel like the people that run the
Hmm.
shows in Australia are very much like it's just political and like there's a lot of negativity behind the scenes in the bully world in Australia. But I
Oh.
feel as though if you had a positive vibe and like good energy, I would definitely be a part of that. And also, I feel like a lot of the people that are coming to us to look at our dogs and buy off us, we're so open. And I'm like, we do videos all the time. We try and, build a profile on each dog to make sure that, you know which dog your puppy's coming from. And I feel as though, yeah, if it was more positivity around it, we would be more involved in the shows for sure. But a lot of the dogs that we
Well,
have bred go to the shows and have done really well. So I'm like, it's good to see like, the dogs that we bred go to the shows, do well. So it's kind of like we're going, but through our puppies.
right. Oh, that's good. Well, I was going to ask you what you hope to see 10 years from now in the bully breed community in Australia.
I definitely want to see more positivity around the breed. I'm like, they deserve it. They're so sweet. They're great with kids, kind natured. I feel as though if it's done right, and there's a positive vibe behind it, and not so much competition and rivalry, I feel as though it would benefit the breed and
Hmm.
also be better for the community. So I feel like that's what I want to see more in Australia. Also, I still think it's quite a new breed, and
That sounds
like
great.
to get the perfect dog also, like perfect structure and all that. We're still working on it in Australia. I feel as though America and UK have had like a bit more time to perfect it. So yeah, I feel as though if we work together and be more positive and helpful. I find a lot of people commenting and messaging me about questions they've bought from bully breeders before, and they're scared to ask their bully breeders who they brought from questions about their pocket bullies or their
Oh,
bullies. So I feel as though just communication, and be happy to help people as well.
yeah, I completely agree. Now, do you have goals for this year and next year where you'd like to see yourself with your bullies?
So I have a couple of breedings coming up, and I just like more so for next year. We're just trying our very best to create the perfect bully, really. And
Yeah.
I feel as though it's definitely putting genetics together and waiting for the best pup to come through, all that type of stuff. It's a long term investment into the dogs.
Yeah, I bet. Now, do you have any other hobbies or things that you like to do?
So the bullies are definitely majority of my life. I love hanging out with my
I
kids.
bet.
We like to go on the boat. We like fishing. We more so just family time. I come from a big family. I like enjoying hanging out with my family, going out. We just recently went away on holiday, so getting out and about. It's a bit
Oh,
scary for
nice.
us coming into to summer because it's so hot over here. I've had issues with snakes with
Oh, I
my puppies
bet.
in the past. Like I lost two of my boys
Oh,
to a snake bite, which was really sad. Um, yeah, so it's
oh
just
my
it's
God, I'm
a
so sorry.
yeah. But other than that, I like because they take up a lot of my time and I put a lot of energy and effort into them. So if I'm not doing the dogs, I just kind of like want to hang out with my family, my kids, and my partner, and just fishing, getting out and about.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful. Is there anybody that you look up to in the bully game?
Yeah, so I bought my first couple of bullies off a guy. His name was Brett Reed, and he had been in the industry for quite a while. He had bred American um, staffies before, so he was a major help for us. I could always ring him and ask him for advice. Um, I remember having puppies that were unwell, and I'd call him, and then he'd get me back on track again. I truly think that
Hmm.
the knowledge that he gave us is irreplaceable. I feel as though we couldn't have done as good as what we've done so far with the dogs that we have if it wasn't for him and his knowledge. So I definitely look up to him. He's not breeding at the moment in Australia. He's left Australia, but yeah, he's definitely one of the huge reasons why I fell in love with the breed, and just having him give us the knowledge it was amazing.
What advice do you have for people who want to get into breeding pocket bullies?
I feel as though if you get a good breeder and work with them, and someone that's going to help and support you, I definitely feel as though you need that support. I definitely feel as though you need the support from the local vet, and take on board what they have to say. It's extremely important to have a good relationship with your vet. Yeah, and I feel as though as long as you're willing to support others and have that good communication with your breeder, you could do well.
Oh, that's great. My guess is it's a lot harder than people think
Oh, definitely.
in terms of
I've
the
had
time, the energy, the commitment.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, like it's not just chuck two dogs together and then here's your puppies. Like I whelp all my puppies. I get up during the night
Right.
every 2 hours when they're first born, put them on mum. Sometimes mum rejects the litter and I have to bottle feed 10 puppies. It's not as easy as what everyone makes out. Like sometimes there could be issues with mum. Like we're lucky, touch wood. We've never had any issues with any of our females, but I'm like, you could lose mum on the table. It's extremely harder
Oh
than
my
what people
gosh.
think, and it's a long drawn out process as well. It's not just you have to wait every 6 months for the dog to come on heat, and then we skip like heat so that it's benefit for the female. I definitely feel as though it's not as easy as what everyone makes out. I have had people that have had their first litters and call me during the night being like, "Oh, I don't know what to do." And I've tried to give them all the information that I could just to make sure, to give them as much help and support that they need before they had to go to the vet. So yeah, it's definitely not as easy as whatever everyone makes out. I think the hardest thing ever is to lose a pup or to lose an adult dog. Like I said, we lost two male dogs to a snake bite, and that was really full on for our family. Every time I lose a puppy from a litter, it's extremely difficult, especially when you put time and energy and effort into trying to save them. It's definitely hard for me because I truly adore them, and yeah, they're my whole world. Um, but I find it really difficult to if I ever had to lose a pup. So that's probably one of the hardest thing about breeding.
Yeah. What do you find most rewarding?
I was saying to my partner today that I absolutely love the fact that I get to meet new people that have like brought from us and like just having good, you know, positive vibes from the new owners, and they're so excited. And then having
Awesome.
updated photos and videos of the dogs, and then as they grow up
Oh,
to adults, it's amazing. It's probably one of my favorite thing about breeding is being able to meet new people and like have the same passion and love for the dog as what I do.
yes. Well, I'm in love with the dog that you're holding and I want him.
Right?
But my husband keeps saying, two dogs. We have two dogs. We're not having more than, oh, he's so great. Oh my gosh. Everyone, if you're listening, please go to the YouTube page, Bully Girl Magazine podcast, and you've got to see this absolutely beautiful dog. You can also see my BGM hat, which you can get. I'll give you the website shortly. Is there anything else you wanted to add? Obviously, I want to ask you how we can find you on social media and everything, but is there any question that you'd hoped I'd ask that we didn't touch on today?
No, I think we touched on everything. Yeah, as for finding us on, we do a lot of stuff on Instagram. So I find Instagram easier than Facebook. We don't have a website as yet. But yeah, Instagram's probably where we're at. And it gives you a chance to have a look at other dogs that we have and videos of pups that we've had in the past, and even updated photos of puppies that have gone to their new forever homes. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. And by the
he's
way, what do
he's
you think
sleeping.
of Bully Girl Magazine?
I love it.
Look
I
at,
love it. I know he's like,
yeah,
oh. I love Bully Girl magazine.
my baby.
He's sleeping. I love Bully Girl magazine. I feel as though
So
it's
cute.
great to have like an open community all around the world, as opposed to just having one in America. We
Yes.
don't have that in Australia, so it's really cool to be. It was cool to be a part of it and like show that to the people in like the community in Australia, the bully community. It was really cool. I liked it. I love the magazine. I love that it puts
Oh, I'm so glad.
yeah, I love that it puts people on the map and like and opens other countries to what's going on around the world in the bully community.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. And I'm so honored to be a part of it. Well, if you want to learn more about Bernadette and Mountain Bullies, remember to check her out on Instagram. And
Yep.
also be sure to subscribe to Bully Girl Magazine and download the Bully Girl mobile app. It's available in the Apple and Google Play stores. And if you want my hat, and they also have a ton of great shirts and other stuff and hoodies, and you can get the subscribe to the magazine, go to www.bgmwarehouse.com. Also, follow on social media at Bully Girl Mags. Follow me at Lisa Davis MPH on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Everybody, have a great day. Thanks for listening. Keep coming back.
Thank you.